Hi, this is Ife of Ife360 TV, and I am back with another video, another live video. I haven't done one in a long time. Please excuse the sunlight. I'm trying to avoid it right now. But before we get started, I want you to hit like, hit subscribe. You are with me. I am with you in all my hair glory. Yes, gloriousness, glorification. I don't know. So y'all, it has been a while since I've done a live stream. I'm still pumping out the weekly pre-recorded videos for you all, and you all seem to be loving those, and you all have been supporting them, and I want to thank you so much. Y'all, if you are in this live chat right now for the first time, give this video a thumbs up, because that lets YouTube know that you're enjoying this live stream so far and you appreciate what is happening. Now, 360 crew, the 360 live crew, are you with me? Are you with me? Alright, so I want to talk today about humidity, a natural hair struggle for some people. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that first, and then I'm going to get into the discussion, and you all could post your comments and your questions in the meantime, and I will get to them after I have finished talking about humidity. Woo! Alright, yes. Okay, y'all. So, I'm in Trinidad and Tobago, my home, my country, where I'm from. I've been living in China for a while. I'm trying to avoid the sun, by the way. I've been living in Trinidad for some time, and sorry, living in China for some time, a couple years. I'm home for a visit for a short time, and y'all, the humidity is kicking my butt. Okay, so I dealt with a little bit of humidity in China, a little bit of sweat too. Okay. But since I've been home for this little vacation, boy, the things I used to do in China, I can't. I really cannot do it. It doesn't kill. Okay, someone's saying humidity kills them. It doesn't kill me. I just have forgotten a little bit about what it's like to deal with it. It kind of does make my hair look a little bit more fabulous, because if I may say so myself, I'm bigging up my own hair. But humidity in China is not as bad. It's not as severe. But the thing too about when my hair was in China, like, y'all will always ask me, Ife, how will you get your hair to stretch, right? The humidity was not that high in China, so you wouldn't see very big hair with me in China, unless it's the high season for humidity. And you would always see my hair stretch, so you would see this is the length of my hair right now. Usually, when it's stretched out, it's like all the way down there, and so that was like one of the number one questions I would get, and I would always be like, stretching your hair. Well, I showed you how I stretch my hair. I showed you 4 ways to stretch your hair, and those work pretty well. However, when it comes to dealing with humidity, those don't work so well. They work for a very short period of time, and then your hair just shrinks up. That because it's just meant to do that, right? Okay, so what have I been doing? What have I been doing since I've been here with regard to my hair? I have been keeping my hair braided most of the time in the day. So when people would meet me sometimes, whether they meet me in the day, or they meet me, or we meet up for lunch, or we go out, or we hanging out in the day usually, because I'm like, I don't really dolls up in the day. I don't really give two hoots about that too much. Because I want to protect my hair against the heat, against the moisture loss. So I would keep my hair braided in those 4 plaits that I like to keep my hair, or the 4 braids. And once I do that, at the end of the day, like let's say I'm going out to a party, or I'm going to hang out or something, I would unbraid my hair, right? And you would think sometimes that whew, you maybe, I don't know, some people do not like humidity, and they don't like their hair puffing up. So right now, this is my hair as it reacts to humidity. Okay, this is what. So last night, let me tell you. So last night I went out. I was partying, having a good time, and my hair went from being stretched to one big puffball. All right. And when I came home, I put in one because I knew I wanted to do a live stream today. And I honestly didn't know what my hair would turn out to be when I came on live. When I came live with you guys, I didn't know how it would turn out or what it would look like. But I mean, my hair, you can't expect it to be perfect all the time. You can't expect every strand to be in a particular place every time with natural hair. And you just have to understand that. You just have to understand that some days natural hair is going to be unpredictable. and you have to be okay with that. All right. So yeah. So whenever I go out at night, I tend to just let it free, just do its thing. And last night I sweat my hair out. I was jumping around, having a good time, partying, and my hair was just it was just doing its own thing. And some people might be like, well, I don't like my hair when it gets so big, or I don't like my hair when it gets too puffy and stuff. But for some reason, when your hair gets wild and as it gets hotter, it starts to lift off your skin. It starts to rise. So you kind of want that to happen, you know. All right. So so what have I been using in my hair with regard to products? I'm not trying to combat humidity. I'm not even fighting it. There's no point in fighting it. Just let my hair be during the day. I keep my hair braided. I keep it locked down so that I don't lose moisture. And at night, I let it free. I do its thing. Let it do its thing. And the next day, I rebraid it. So what have I been using with regards to products? I've been using my fenugreek spritz. So when I didn't bring any fenugreek seeds with me when I was coming. I don't know why I didn't bring it, because I should have. But anyways, I didn't bring any seeds. So when I came to Trinidad, I actually had to look for those seeds. Now the places that I thought the seeds would have been, they were either sold out or they've stopped stocking them. However, I found them in other places, and thankfully my mom had a little stash. She didn't even know how to use them or what they're used for or why they use it, but she had some fenugreek. I made it, and I'm back to smelling like maple syrup, so I like it. I like that. Oh boy, it's a parrot. Are you done? Finished? Okay, come back. Not really. Okay, yeah, so I would use the fenugreek spritz. I would use some castor oil. I would also use... I use a shea butter product. So I met one of the local hair product producers here in Trinidad. Her name is... She is... her product name is Mistress J. She's a beautiful person, wonderful to chat with, and I'm going to do a review on her products as well. So I tried that out, and I've used that in my hair as well. I also bought Lotta Body, I think that's what it's called. I tried their moisturize thing, so that's what I have in my hair right now. So I use a lot of but I use more castor oil than anything, and those two products, and that's what I've been using. So with regards to humidity, I just want to let you know, I deal with it too. My hair does not stay stretched. It becomes a big puff ball. It does all those things. The style that you may create, you may not have that at the end of the day. You get all those things happening to you. What else might happen? Let me see. You just lose the definition. And sometimes your hair might look dry. And sometimes your hair might be dry. You just have to reapply moisture, lock it in and seal it in all over again, more than usual, which is what I found for myself since I've been here. I've had to re-moisturize a lot more. I've had to, because I really don't like my hair being dry. For maybe so for example, let's say I moisturize my hair today and it looks dry tomorrow. Not that it feels dry, it looks dry tomorrow. I'm not going to reapply just because it looks dry. It's only based on how I know my hair usually feels like, and then I know what it's like when it's really parched and it's time to re-moisturize. So but this is what my hair looks like right now. The sun is not too bad now. Okay, let me show you all. I'm just fluffing my hair a little bit more for you. And so this is what my hair looks like right now. So my hair is really, really big, and it was even bigger last night. So this is not even... I was dying half the time I had my hair up off my back like this, but yeah, I just have to keep the style going, guys. Alright, so if you have any questions for me, please post them with regard to humidity. Let me see what else I can cover with regard to how I deal with humidity. That's pretty much it. So I protect the style during the day most of the time, and then at night I would rebraid, re-moisturize, and then the next day I would like, depending on what I'm doing, again, the next day if I'm going out, the next night that I'm going out, I would release my hair or unbraid it, and I would get my style. So to get this, I just did 4 braids in my hair, and then I released it, and then my Humidity did its thing and puffed it up in the bowl. So let me see what questions you'll have so far. Thank you all so much for your likes and all your hellos. So let me see who's in the chat. We have Domino Effect, 360 Crew. If you have any questions, please post them as well. Anisha, hi Anisha. Rikia, hello. Manuela said she hit the like button before I even said it. Thank you. Cheryl, sorry. Good afternoon. Rikia said, humidity kills me here in St. Kitts. Humidity is just normal in most parts of the Caribbean and we can't do anything about it, really. So tell me, how do you, I want to know from you guys, post in the comments, how do you deal with humidity? How do you combat it? I don't really want to say combat. How do you manage humidity? How do you function with your hair and taking care of your hair with humidity? For me, I cannot leave my hair open and exposed to the elements. When I say open, someone asked me that already. What do you mean by open, Ife? I mean like this. This is, to me, it's open, unbraided. My ends are untucked away, but this is usually, as I said, at night. Very rarely the day I would have my hair like this. And yeah, very rarely I would have my hair like this in the daytime because it would lose moisture so quickly. It would get dry extremely fast, and that's not good for our hair, you know. So I try my best, especially during the day, to keep it tucked away. So let me see where else. Hello from Cheryl also says humidity here in Texas is the devil. I'm right along the water. Yeah. Maine Angel says hello from North Carolina. Hi Native. Hello. Tanya Bryce, does fenugreek really work? Also, do you know how to make roti? That's so off topic, but okay. If fenugreek appears to be working with me, I don't know about everyone. So okay, let's hide from the sun again. Fenugreek seems to be working for me so far, and it keeps my hair moisturized. It's very good with shine. It helps with detangling. It helps with growth as well. But as with anything with regard to growth, you have to give your hair time, guys. It also helps with reducing shedding. I'm talking about the fenugreek seeds or methi. I don't know how you pronounce that. I need to get it correct pronunciation. Yeah, I'm talking about fenugreek seeds, the fenugreek spritz, the fenugreek tea rinse that you might be doing. So for example, some people who may not like the fenugreek smell, the maple syrup scent, use it as a rinse rather than a leave-in spritz. Okay, so you have a couple options with regard to getting the benefits. So use a rinse, leave it in for 20 minutes, then rinse it out so that you don't have the long-lasting mapley syrup scent that you might not like. Alright, but with fenugreek, it has, length retention. I've had such little breakage with regard to the fenugreek. Using the fenugreek spritz very often. I see a lot of newbies joining me. Hello. Tell me where you're from and give me any questions you might have. Alright. Do I know how to make roti? Is that a trick question? Why? I don't look like I could make roti or what? No, I can't. If I follow a recipe, yeah, I could do roti. Like CaribbeanPot.com, Chris De La Rosa, I probably follow his recipe, and I'm sure I can make it if I follow a recipe. I could follow instructions, you know. Alright, so my 4 happy faces, new subby coming from Sola's channel at Discovering Natural. Yes, I was watching her live stream. As soon as I didn't want to run my live stream while she was running hers. I have some respect for her, you know. So I didn't want to run my live stream while she had hers running. So as soon as she finished her live stream, I started mine. So that was pretty cool. I enjoyed the live stream as well. Anisha, it's used for curry. Yeah, you could also use fenugreek seeds for curry as well. You like lots of body? So far, it's been cool. I don't think I've used it long enough to get an idea of, you know, how I feel about it yet. But lots of body is cool. Gem Girl says you should try Wholesome You and Happy Curls, Happy Girls. They're both local companies. Yes. So I reached out to all the local companies in Trinidad and Tobago, and whoever responds is who I will use because I am only using sponsored products up on my channel. I mean, it might sound like, Ife, you're not going to buy the products. No, y'all. I'm going to only use the sponsored products because it's a lot of products to purchase. And is anybody paying me for this? No. I would do a review based on anybody who's sponsored. So, Mixtures J so far was the only one who responded and said she She would love for me to review, and she would love to sponsor products. Unfortunately, she was the only one. But I reached out to Wholesome You. I reached out to Happy Girls Happy Curls. I reached out to Eco Truffles as well. So these are local companies who make local natural hair products in Trinidad and Tobago. Anisha says, "Really, I'm local. Can I purchase that in Pennywise?" Yes, you can find Mixtress J in Pennywise. You can find Happy Girls. Yeah, look at me promoting them. Happy Girls, Happy Curls, and you can find them in Pennywise as well. I saw them there. Wholesome You. I talked to the owner, but yeah, I spoke to her at Upmarket on Woodbrook Youth Facility. What else? Alright, Ali, Joseph. Hey, Ife. Okay, Domino Effect. Domino Effect. I have two aloe plants and I knocked over my smaller one trying to move it. Okay, it broke some of the leaves off. How do you properly extract the leaves without damaging it further? You just have to keep cutting the leaves. So when you with an aloe plant, because I have to say had now because the apartment that I was in in China, I have moved from that apartment now. So just before I came to Trinidad, I shipped all my stuff to a new apartment. So I left the aloe plant, but I used most of it. But anyways, so the aloe plant, it grows like this, right? So all the old leaves are at the base of an aloe plant, right? And the new leaves tend to grow from the center. So when you're using an aloe plant or using the leaves from an aloe plant for your hair or whatever else you might be using it for, you want to cut away at the base. You want to cut the leaves that you want to use from the base of the aloe plant so that when the new shoots will continue to grow from the center. Alright? So with regard to you and the plant that you broke, best I can tell you is just take your time with cutting the leaves and but definitely take from the base as much as you can rather than from the center of the plant. So, just trying to get to your... Hi Anjali, thanks for joining us. Lady Dayal, how are you? From Quantico. Gem Girl, hey, she said, Pennywise carries the Happy Girls Happy Curls. I'm not sure about Wholesome You. You can check them their Facebook to find out. Does fenugreek help with dandruff? Oh, that's a really good question. Does fenugreek help with dandruff or seborrheic dermatitis? Y'all, I was explaining to my mom and telling her, by the way, my mom popped into my live stream the last time, but somehow YouTube broke connection at that point in time, and when she walked in, it actually was removed. But I didn't remove it. YouTube just cut. Yeah. Okay. So she didn't. I was laughing so hard. Anyways, back to the point. I was telling my mom that fenugreek and the rosemary spritz. I don't know. I think it's rosemary spritz, to be honest, with regard to the dandruff. But ever since I've been using those two spritzes, yeah, I don't have that much dandruff as I used to. A very little dry scalp. So that's what I'm telling you with regard to moisturizing. With regard to moisturizing your hair, I would suggest, your scalp. With regard to moisturizing your scalp and reducing dandruff, I would suggest trying those two spritzes, whether you interchange, but I really honestly think it's more the rosemary spritz that helped with my dandruff, because the rosemary spritz I also add apple cider vinegar to combat dryness, because rosemary tea on its own, it actually is very drying. So I really do think it's more the rosemary spritz that helps with reducing dandruff, because I barely have dandruff when I use the rosemary spritz with apple cider vinegar in it. On my scalp, I barely get dandruff. I barely get dry scalp. My scalp stays pretty clean. If I skip a wash day and I end up taking 2 weeks to wash my hair, I hardly have any dandruff. So to that point, I have not been using any rosemary spritz in the last, I'd say, month. or so. I haven't been as vigilant with it. And my scalp is not as clean as it has been when I have been using it. So that's why I really honestly think it has a lot to do with the rosemary spritz. Okay, so try it out. I have a recipe on my channel for the rosemary spritz, and I want you to check it out. So if you want to find a video of mine that I have mentioned, you can go to the YouTube search bar and you type in Ife360 TV and rosemary, or Ife360 TV and fenugreek, rosemary, Ife360 TV and aloe vera, or something. Whatever you're looking for, you can definitely find it on my channel. Alright. Okay. So Nato B says there's no tangles in between wash day. Angelia says I love the fenugreek spritz and I see way less shedding. Yep, definitely for me too. Hi Karen, good afternoon. I'm so glad I'm getting to do a live stream with y'all because I didn't do it. I've gotten so used to doing one every week and I didn't get to do one last week at all. Because, I didn't even tell y'all why. My nephews, they were here and y'all, there's no way I would have been able to do it. They are like, rah, 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 making all this noise all the time. So, alright. So Anisha says, Ife, can you do a hair regimen for us here in the Caribbean with local products and a guide for beginners? It's so much info. It's really hard to process. I have a hair regimen in general. That is my general hair regimen, and it can be used for anyone in the Caribbean. So I have already filmed that video. Y'all, I filmed a lot of videos before I left China to come home. So it's just to put them out there, and they're coming bit by bit. So DB Dancing said, I love the fenugreek. It works great with my regimen. And I'm really happy to hear that because it really can fit into any regimen that you're working with. You don't have to alter your regimen much. You could it's easy to just slip that into your regimen. You don't have to alter it to the point where it feels like a totally new or extra step. Okay. Anisha, there's Natural Collection from Langston Roach. You should contact them. Nature. Nature Collection. Okay, is that a local product too? Fabiola says, hey, I've tried Wholesome You curling cream and deep conditioning before. They're pretty good. I liked her hair care more. One thing I tried from Eco Truffles were a few of her oils and soaps. They were really good. As I said, I reached out to them for sponsorship for their products because that's a lot of products to buy. So with regard to them sponsoring, it's up to them if they want to, and if not, okay. Because you all know I do not review products, so to review local products is actually outside of what I normally do. Okay, do you have any more questions for me? Today's a nice day in I almost said China, y'all. It's been a while. Today's a beautiful day in Trinidad, so it's pretty humid. Let me see. I don't know what the humidity number is right now, but now, do I dislike, that's a question that someone may not have asked, but I think about, do I dislike humidity? Because it's something that's actually a constant in Trinidad. I don't think there's a break from humidity, so it might be why it's one of the really popular questions I get, especially from people from the Caribbean or high humidity areas that have high humidity. It's a question I get really consistently. So when I'm in China, you get a break from the humidity. So you have winter, you get to get a break from it, okay? But in Trinidad, it's like a constant. Excuse me. You get a constant exposure to humidity, and the best thing I could suggest to you, based on being here for the last couple of weeks, is that you need to keep your hair and your ends tucked away, especially during the hotter parts of the day when the sun is out and it's going to draw a lot of moisture out. So you would want to either braid your hair down, whether it's a large braid where you braid your hair back, or like you want to actually do a full tight braid like I do, or you want to do a flat twist. or you want to do maybe tuck your hair into a bun. So I do a lot of buns since I've been here as well. Do you all have any other questions for me? Because I'm going to wrap up this live stream in 5 minutes. Alright? Let me see what else I could talk about with regard to humidity. Hi Tiffany. Hi Tiffany from Canada. I'm trying to think what else I can discuss with regards. Oh, the other thing I usually don't do, I don't use a lot in when it's more humid. I use less shea butter. So I find that shea butter tends to be too heavy off of it and go about my business. You're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to cut it at the very end of the leaf. But yeah, so but if you want to start, if you've cut the whole leaf or you've bought leaves and you need to store them, you just store them in the fridge. Okay. I'm sorry. Not in here. Domino Effect said, do you know of a natural remedy for fatigue or iron deficiency? No, y'all, I'm not a doctor. I don't know. However, moringa has been really beneficial for quite a few people who have been using it. These are what subscribers have said. Subscribers, not me. Fatigue, moringa definitely helps with fatigue. I gained so much energy from that. Maca powder, I already talked about that with you guys, and I showed you all the maca powder that I used. Those definitely are great for energy boosters, combating fatigue. Remember, please read and make sure that you can take these things. But moringa and maca powder are two definitely really good for iron deficiency, and moringa as well is great for iron deficiency. Now you know. Alright. Okay, y'all. So, I want to tell y'all, I met a few subscribers when I've been out and about in Trinidad, which was pretty cool. It's kind of I'm taken aback by it. Even my family, I'm like, what are y'all doing watching my videos? Y'all are weird. But I met this week I met Malika while I went salsa dancing, and she walked up to me all excited. She's like, "You're Ife." She said, I only started watching your videos yesterday, and I meet you today, which was cool. So it was really nice to meet her, because sometimes I feel like I'm talking to myself. Well, because of live streams, I don't feel like I'm talking to myself anymore, thankfully. However, when I used to do pre-recorded videos, I used to kind of feel like, who are these people? I don't know you. Okay? Alright, so y'all, I'm gonna wrap it up now. So thanks so much for joining me for this live stream. I try to keep them around 30 minutes now, so that those who watch the replay, they can really enjoy, and it's not too long of a replay, too long of a video for them to watch. Okay? So y'all, thanks so much for watching. Y'all enjoy the rest of your weekend and have a great week. I'm gonna put out another video as usual midweek. I'm not sure which one yet, but look out for it. And y'all, thanks so much for watching. Ooh, one more question. What do you use? Fenugreek and aloe spritz together? No, I alternate them. So I would use like the fenugreek one week, the aloe another week. If I did not make an aloe spray, I would just use the fenugreek all month long. Or I would then I would switch next month to the aloe spritz. But it depends on what I've made at that point in time, or if I ran out of fenugreek spritz.